and welcome to the Aunty Lisa show. Bing. What are we going to do a story about today? Two came out at once. Well, that one's obvious. Aunty Lisa, Aleksander and Kristoffer. A lion! Rawr, rawr, rawr. Velociraptors. Not much in this one. Ooh, a key. Nice. A minibus. And the woods. Do you know what? I think that might just do. So, put my little bags down. One day. Oh, sorry. One day, Aleksander and Kristoffer and Aunty Lisa decided to go on a trip to the woods. Hooray! What could possibly go wrong? So, they packed their bags, put some sausage sandwiches in, and some juice boxes, and off they went to the woods. And they were walking in the woods when all of a sudden they saw something glinting in the shrubbery. And they were, ooh, what's that? Maybe it's some money. Well, that would be good if we found some money. Could be some gold coins. Yeah, think of all the ice cream we could buy. So, they struggled through the shrubs and they were very spiky and thorny, but eventually they managed to clear them out of the way and they went, whoa, what is it? It's not a gold coin. It was a golden key. Wow, they looked around. Had anybody dropped a key? There was nobody to be seen. So it didn't seem like someone had just lost it. In fact, it was a little bit buried under stuff, so maybe it'd been there for quite a long time indeed. So they picked up the golden key, and before they knew what was happening, all the wind started swirling around, and all the leaves in the trees went whoosh, and all the birds started going tweet, 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 and all the badgers and hedgehogs and foxes started running towards them, and they went, whoa, what the? Must be the key. I wonder what it opens. So, all the animals of the woodlands were staring at them like this. And they went, what do you know that we don't know? Okay. Wow. So they carried on walking in the woods. And all the animals of the woods, the foxes, the badgers, the bears? Oh, we're in a scary woodland. They started following too. And then they came across the most enormous tree they had ever seen. You couldn't put your arms around it. Not even all three of us could stand around it. That's how big its trunk was. It was enormously big. And they were like, wow, this is the coolest tree I think we've ever seen, ever. I wonder, it must be 1,000 years old. Cool. And then they looked at the tree and they went, well, that's very odd. Is that? No, it can't be. A door in the tree? Let's knock on it. So they knocked on it And then they waited politely. Nothing happened. So they knocked on it again. A little less politely. Nothing happened. So then they went up to it and went, "Hello, anybody home?" That was a lot less polite. Nobody answered. And they were like, maybe nobody lives there at all, so maybe we should see if this key fits it. Now, ordinarily that's called trespassing, but for the purposes of this story, we're going to ignore that fact. And we are going to have a little look-see inside the door in the tree. Or at least we're going to try. So, they got the key. Aleksander and Kristoffer both held it together. And went 1, 2, 3. Aunty Lisa covered her eyes. Because these stories tend to go badly wrong and bad things come out of doors. And it went, clunk. And it opened the door. Well, then they had another question. Let's go inside. Oh. So they did, because it's a story and you can do that in stories. And they snuck inside. It was quite a tight fit for Aunty Lisa because she's a grown-up and a bit bigger than Aleksander and Kristoffer. But Aleksander and Kristoffer got it in really easily. It just shuffled through. And Aunty Lisa got a bit stuck. She went, "Aleksander, Kristoffer, help. I'm a bit stuck." And then they went 1, 2, 3, pull! And they all tumbled into what was quite a surprisingly large room inside the tree. They were like, "Wow, this is so cool. We're inside the tree. Wonder who lives in a place like this." And all around the walls were loads of pots and bottles. And they all had different coloured liquids in them, and some of them were bubbling. And they said, looks like maybe someone actually has been here quite recently. Oh, wow. Fingers crossed it's someone nice. So, in the room, they found another door, which led to a slide. Now, we do like a slide. So they all sat together. Aunty Lisa at the back, then Aleksander, then Kristoffer at the front. And they went 1, 2, 3. Whee! Splash. And they went all the way down the slide and landed in a surprisingly warm paddling pool of water. Well, actually a paddling pool. It was just a big pool of water that was nice and warm. Ooh, this is jolly nice. Bit dark, but okay. I haven't really given any thought to how we're going to get back out of here, actually. Probably should have thought that through. Oh ho, never mind. So, then they sat in this paddling pool and they were soaking wet. But they went, okay, well, we've come this far, so let's see what else there is to find. And they looked around, and on the wall, there was a picture of a velociraptor. It was a very realistic picture. And they were like, wow, I wonder who painted this picture. They must be super crazy talented. So they then thought, let's just see what happens if we touch the picture frame. And they went 1, 2, 3, and they touched the picture frame. Absolutely nothing happened. It was just a nice picture of a velociraptor. So that was okay. And then they turned around, and my goodness, there was the most amazing picture of a lion like this. And they were like, whoa, well, touching the picture frame for the velociraptor turned out fine. Let's see if we do the same again. 1, 2, 3, and they touch the picture frame. Absolutely nothing happened. Kind of thought these picture frames would be magical. So they spotted a sofa and they all sat down on the sofa in one big except what happened was the sofa flipped backwards and spun around. And Aunty Lisa and Aleksander and Kristoffer zoomed into another land. The the land that time and things forgot, and in fact the land where time had got quite muddled up. And in this land they had lions and tigers and velociraptors and T-Rexes and elephants, and all sorts of creatures that had ever lived were all alive in one big go.